if it is all about you, you can't exit you. Even though hardcore closer, if they didn't know it was associated with you, it could be its own brand. But let's be honest, that is you.
Groups with him. And I'll be honest, we live in the same town. I'd never effing heard of you. You never heard of me. But I love what you're doing at Apex. I just think it's cool as that you built a tribe that's like, well, FAFO, right? It's just kind of like you fit in or leave. It's your choice. What's up with that? Like, what are you doing?
Well, Kent and Brandon are amazing people. And I like to say this, like there's a lot of people in our industry that you can't trust, but those two guys are they're two of the most salt of the earth, realistic. If they tell you they're going to do something, they're going to get it done kind of guys, man. There's not a lot of folks like that. Right. I've met a lot of people in this industry. There's not a lot of folks like them. They're really good dudes. You know, I started Apex kind of by accident. You know, I was in the finance business, in the real estate finance business, mortgage guy, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, I started doing small events to teach people how to get leads and help loan officers. And about 2018, I was like, man, you know, and it's interesting we're having this conversation because I'm not sure. I'm like at kind of a point in my life where I got to figure some out, right? Because I never wanted this to be about like me. So I had this hardcore closer tribe and all this stuff. And I'm like, I felt like the lead singer of a rock band or something like that. You know, like I'm the cool guy, but nobody really knows the drummer. But the drummer's the one keeping the beat for the whole band. Without a drum set, my voice sounds like right? And so I try to lift other people up. And I guess if the drummer became the lead singer, he might get an ego and be banging a lot of women and stuff like that. And then you got a bigger problem, you know? And so I've kind of tousled back and forth on this, but I wanted to build something that wasn't about me, you know? And I have failed to do that because it always comes back to, I got to be the leader over here. But, you know, I really wanted to be different than all these other course creators and mastermind people because I kind of started a lot of these trends you see on the internet today. And so, you know, that's what I try to do, something instead of Ryan Stewman's Inner Circle or something like that. You know, I wanted to really build something that was about us. And we've done a good job of that, but it always seems to fall back on like, Stewman, you're going to have to be the lead singer.
Yeah.
You know?
But even with that, though, even if you are the lead singer, if it is all about you, you can't exit you. Because Tim always we talk about exiting a lot here. Mm-hmm. You can't exit you. Even though hardcore closer, if they didn't know it was associated with you, it could be its own brand, but let's be honest, that is you. It would be incredibly hard to separate that branding from yourself. And I think by you creating a new brand, and yes, you're spearheading it, but eventually you can have the team lift up, and that's something you could exit if you wanted to.
You know, I never thought I would have as much money and freedom or whatever, and I'm not trying to like brag or whatever is that I do right now. That was never really my plan. My plan was I just wanted to help people and make a few bucks and kind of live a lifestyle of freedom or whatever the case may be. And there's been times where I'm like, now I've got 10 jobs, you know, so the freedom thing hasn't always been available for me. But in reality, my plan to exit this is to exit it and be like, y'all can just have it all. You know, I see these guys that, you know, are in my industry, and I just use Grant Cardone as an example. Got a tremendous amount of respect from the guy. The guy has done amazing. You know, they're raising 9 figures at his events now for his real estate funds. He's revolutionized how all that happens and spearheaded a lot of this stuff. But for me, it's like, I don't need $6 billion, you know, and that's what they say his assets under management and all that stuff is. And I don't need that. I feel like if I had, and I can't judge another man's pockets, but if I had $6 billion, maybe instead of going and buying 3 jets and 2 helicopters, maybe I would just give away some that helped me get where I'm at back to the people, you know? So my end goal is not to sell this to private equity or let somebody else run it. My end goal is for this to be like Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill is dead, and everybody that gets started in entrepreneurship, his book is the foundation of that. And I just want to be like that, man. I don't need that much money. I'm on my way. I figure in the next 5 or 10 years, I'll have enough assets and money to where I can fuel the lifestyle that I need without having to charge people to become clients, not just give all this away for them. You know, I'll set up we already have the trust set up, but it'll be a foundation where you know, if people want to donate to it, cool, whatever, to help keep the servers on and stuff like that. But ultimately, you know, the young guys coming up, the young ladies coming up, the people that are, while everybody else is, you know, give me $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, they're like, Stewman just left all this out here for free to really help us out. Once he got his, he came back and gave it to the rest of us, which I've never seen done in this industry.